Just because God didn't say yes doesn't mean he didn't answer.
A call that has come in from Lenore in Texas, and she wants to know, she said, I prayed for my husband to be healed of cancer, and God didn't answer me. Why wasn't my husband healed of cancer?
Thank you for that question. God's will sometimes is no for healing, because it says in the beginning in the Bible that there's an appointed day for everyone to leave the earth. We don't know how they're going to leave the earth. We don't know if it's going to be by COVID. We don't know if it's going to be by cancer. We don't know what the mechanism is, but there's a day appointed. So God did hear your prayer, and maybe God's answer was no, because it was the time for your husband to leave. I want to encourage you today. I was in a bad car accident. My neck and back were broke. I was paralyzed from my neck down. Prayer was offered for me, and God has healed me, but I believe that it was in his will because of the work that I'm doing now. So never stop praying. Keep praying. Pray for everything. But just remember this, just because God didn't say yes doesn't mean he didn't answer.
That's been the age-long question, is why does some get healed and some doesn't? We don't know, but as Brother Turner said, sometimes our work on earth is done and God takes us out to, takes our family out to avoid any future pain and misery that person may go through. God knows I've had people that God would take their spouse home because they were ready right then. My son-in-law, 36-year-old young man, loved the Lord, was a pillar in the church, was a great husband, a great father, my best friend, more like a son. He was killed instantly on his job. I had questions. Why, God? Why? He's a child of God. But you know something? God is still God, and God is still on the throne. The most important thing is that if your husband was saved, then he got an ultimate healing. He's in heaven right now. He's with the Father. He's with his family members that's gone on before, and he's waiting for you. So look forward to that day that you're going to be reunited with your loved ones, with your family, your husband, and we don't question God. We love God, and we do have questions, but we ask them in faith, believing, knowing that God has the right answer. We just may not know what that answer is at this moment, but God will reveal it to you in time.
Sometimes faith is trusting God with what we don't understand. And there's that element. What would you say to this dear lady who prayed for her husband's healing? He didn't receive it, and now she's feeling as though God has abandoned her. What would you say to minister to this dear lady?
Pastor Walker, it is so phenomenal that you should ask me this question, because I've needed that kind of faith to find out why. And every now and then, our understanding is beneath God's understanding. His thoughts and his ways are above our thoughts and ways. And who's to say that God did not heal him in his way? A lot of times we think that God should do it the way that we want him to do it. But I'm glad that I'm so glad sometimes for God's no. God's no is better than any yes that I could ever receive. And that's because God, and I feel the anointing of God right now. Who's to say that he would have suffered more and have been a burden on that dear sister, that God said, I know what's best. I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope and expected end. And woman of God, I want to speak to your spirit even right now that God knows better than we ever would about that situation. And if God called your husband home to be with him, don't you know that God is taking care of your husband? No more doctors, no more nurses, no more pain, no more suffering. And won't it be a good day when you can join your husband again and you'll be able to share in the joy of the Lord?
Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. To see more videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button below to get all of the latest content from TCT Ministries. We would love to pray alongside you for God's blessing in your life. So email your prayer requests to prayer@tct.tv or click the link below to submit your request at tct.tv. God bless you, and we want to thank you for watching.